Howdy friends, this is my little Sundolphin. Got it set up with a trolling motor. I was posting a little video the other day of me zipping up the Clinch River, and it caught a little interest. A couple or three people kind of wanted to see how I got it set up. Well, it's still in the prototype stage, but it's working, and I've got some refinements to do. You can see I've got this lead here is my main power lead from the battery. I've got the Amped Outdoor 60 amp hour lithium. It's a heck of a battery, man. It's a real good battery. But I've got to run these through the body, and then my hatch will close. It fits just perfect in that hatch. This 10 gauge wire is pretty expensive, but this is from a set of booster cables I got at the dollar store for $6, man. It's 10 gauge, it's insulated, it's red and black. Yeah, it's good wire. Here's my unit. I've got it mounted here so that I can have forward and reverse, my different 5 speeds forward and 3 reverse. Some people take the switch out of this and mount it in a dry box somewhere under the seat or whatever. I may do that yet, but for now, like I said, I'm still prototyping, and I'm not going to make anything permanent just yet. These wires here come from the motor itself out through the shaft. I didn't shorten my shaft. This is a 1-inch CPVC elbow, glue-in elbow. It fits this shaft perfectly. You don't have to modify it. I came down with a 1-inch to a 1/2 inch bushing here, and then a 1/2 inch 45 here, so that dips down, no water will get in that. None of that's glued together, it's just seated there. Here we have pipe hangers. They screw right up, tighten right up on your shaft to connect your, and these are eye bolts, they're separate from the pipe hangers. You have to buy these separate. But you can find all this at Lowe's, Home Depot. And a couple little snap links to attach to it for your steering. 550 cord for the steering is a no-no. It's been stretching. I'm going to replace that, I think, with weed eater string, or maybe even some light gauge aircraft cable, so it doesn't stretch. Now here, the mount, it's simple. It's just a pressure treated decking board. I made me a pattern out of cardboard. I cut my board, drilled it, and screwed it into place. Put me jack nuts in there. If you don't know what jack nuts are, ask one of your buddies or Google it. They expand behind the wall of this polyethylene and make for a good solid anchor. I've got 4 jack bolts in, or jack nuts in it, 4 screws. I put my handle back on, and I just mounted this vertical. Had to cut a little angle on it down here, but I just mounted it with heavy duty decking screws, long decking screws. It's perfect, it's solid. But what it all boils down to, you've got a trolling motor with steering, your foot pedals, foot pegs, foot rests is what I used. These are your stops. They used to go in here like this. With a little effort, this button will pop out of this hole, and just pop them out and replace them with a tiny eye bolt, and then you have something to attach your steering cables to. These slide freely up and down the tracks, and what you end up with is this effect. Works really well. That's basically all there is to it. Now eventually I'm going to put me a 4-prong trailer plug in this area here somewhere, because there's 4 leads in this. There's a ground for your motor, and then there's 2 like 14 gauge control leads. So you need a 4-prong connector, pardon me, a 7-prong trailer connector will work. They're watertight and everything, just use 4 prongs. And when I want to raise my motor, I like to tram upstream and float back. there's a little string I've got run up here under my seat. It's a piece of 550 cord. All I have to do is get it and pull it. Pull my motor right up, and right there it is. I tie it off. Now, while I'm into this, talk a little bit about a trolley, an anchor trolley. These Sundolphins are made, this lip is welded. The two pieces are welded in this lip. And it's made for accessories. Like this right here, your paddle keeper. So what I did for mine was I just drilled a hole. I found out it made it a little too far around the bow, so I snapped another snap link into it. Put a pulley on it. Tossed me some 550 cord on it. Back here at the back, I drilled me a hole, put me a couple snap links, and I've got a good anchor trolley. Now, I'm not using it right now because I've been river fishing. I like to hook my anchor right through one of them, or just loop my rope right through one of those snap links when I'm river fishing, because I want to anchor nose downwind, or downstream rather. And I've got it set up with a pop tie, so if I get hung in the rocks, I can pop this and pull it out by this end. It'll lift it right out. Well, I guess that's about it. May want to see it run. It's a pretty simple setup, man. It's been a fun little project. But you've got your it works like a charm, man. Stop it and go in reverse. Even with it not locked down, I don't have this, I removed my lock completely, so this is free. If I hit a rock, it can flex. With it not even locked down, you can go in reverse. You know, as long as you don't go wide open, your motor won't climb out of the water. It does pretty good, man. But, and with the seat, I've not had any issues. Eventually I may have to put me a brace in there like y'all are doing. But so far, you know, I'm not a real big man, but it's held me pretty good. It's an older kayak, it's a couple years old. But I hope this little video is helpful. And now, here of course I put, you see I took this one screw out and replaced it with a little eye bolt for a guide for my steering ropes. I've only got one guide on them, I figured that's all I needed. You know, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. But I hope this helps. Maybe it'll help somebody. And if you want to jump in on that project, it's not hard to do. If you take your trolling motor apart, pay attention to the leads are marked on the switch, and you know, a little common sense, you can get it set up. One thing to remember when you're setting up your foot steering, for every action there's an equal and opposite reaction. So if you push this right pedal, the left pedal has to go back. Left pedal, the right pedal has to go back. So allow room for that. You know, they've got to have a little slack in them. But hope you like it. Questions in the comments or whatever, and I'll do what I can to help you. But hope it helps somebody. Y'all be safe and wear your flotation device.